Are we rolling? I think so. I know so. Because I've always been a smart girl. Anyway. Oh my god, tights. Stop rolling the fuck down, you punk fucks. You are ruining my goddamn life. You explicitly. Not the unemployment. Not my lack of motivation. You. Anyway, should we film? It's too hot down here. Happy days, my name is Daisy Maize, and welcome back to Booning and Baiting, the series where I make a pros and cons list about an absolutely irrelevant subject that doesn't matter at all. And some of you may have already noticed that things are just the slightest bit smarter, just the slightest bit wiser, just the slightest bit closer to the gods. That's right, I am in my Annabeth Chase cosplay. I love Percy Jackson so fucking much. I'm so excited for the series. If it sucks, I will kill myself and I'll make everyone watch. And today I'm dressed as easily one of my favorite characters from the series. I am Annabeth Chase. I already mentioned that, but I wanted to say it twice. It bears repeating. And for those of you who are fans of the series, Percy Jackson, not this one, although if you are a fan of this series, you should consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that nifty little notification bell so that you always get notifications every time I post some new, delightful, clown-colored plant-based content. Now, for today's subject, I figured I should pick something that has to do with the overall ensemble, and that would be architecture. Architecture is something I have so little experience with. I don't care about it at all. Couldn't care less. But Annabeth likes to make it all of her personality and everything that she loves. So, I will talk about it and try to talk about it with the tiniest shred of respect in her honor, in tribute to her because she's such a bamf. So, architecture, the building of stuff and things, or the actual stuff and things being built. I'm not sure which one really applies to it. Anyway, boon number one, buildings, shelter. We love to live in them. We love to eat in them, talk in them, sleep in them. They're kind of a staple of humanity, and architecture is sort of the force behind that, you know? It's very important that we all have places to put our stuff and things. I know, as a hoarder, I love to keep shit all over the place. I'm the biggest maximalist you'll ever meet. I like keeping so much shit. And let me tell you, I've got a lot of shit in here right now, even more shit in my bedroom. And dude, I've done the whole Marie Kondo method at least 3 times now. I did it once before I moved to Wyoming, I did it once when I was leaving Wyoming, and I did it again after I combined all of my belongings from Wyoming and from home together and Marie Kondo the shit out of it a 3rd time. And I still have so much shit, and I'm only getting more because I'm what? A hoarder. And I take full pride in that. No shame whatsoever. It is all pride, baby. So yeah, boon number 1 is that I get a place to put my stuff. Bane number 1. Girl, we need to slow down with the stuff that's being built. I always see old shit getting torn down and new shit being built up. For what? Why do we have to keep making brand new office buildings and complexes? Y'all can't repurpose some of these malls that are going out of business? It's so much space, use them for something. Stop making new shit. We don't need that much new buildings. Like, just work with what we got. We've already got so much. And that said, there's still plenty of architecture that is going to go into remodeling these places and stuff like that. But like, can we try and make it very efficient architecture? Everybody doesn't need a building on the skyline, okay? Not every architect needs to have their work seen full volume, front and center all the time forever. I'm just now realizing that I forgot to put lashes on. I'll put them on for the next look. It's fine. I was wondering why I looked kind of weird in the mirror, that's why. That, and nothing else. Everything else is perfect. Boon number 2! Listen, I'm no expert on architecture, but I will say, it's pretty. There's a lot of really interesting artwork that goes into architecture, especially on older buildings. And I guess that's probably the largest pull of why Annabeth is so into it, is because architecture is a really impressive form of art. At least it can be. Not everybody sees it that way. Some people are very ergonomical about it. They're very, let's get from point A to point B as efficiently and effectively as possible. Let's turn this shipping crate into 18 houses and leave it at that. Not for me, thanks. I prefer the artistic thing. The gargoyles, the sculptures, the chapels that look like they're threatening you, as chapels are wont to do. Any sort of religious institution, really. Except for the Greek gods, of course. They're so fair and just. So yeah, architecture can be very pretty. Now, bane number 2. Why is it that the pretty architecture is always the shit getting torn down? It's always the buildings that are condemned that are the most gorgeous pieces of era art, of vintage work. Like, why are the prettiest buildings the ones that are destined for destruction? It is so sad. I've driven past buildings, or at least plots where buildings used to be, where I used to love looking at those buildings. And then, they're gone. And you know what's always in their fucking place? An ugly ass rectangle full of windows and cubicles. For what? I ask you, for fucking what? Ew. Stop that shit. Keep the pretty buildings, or at least make the new buildings pretty. Come on. We gotta live in it, we gotta look at it, let's put some care into it, right? There's a reason home decor is so popular in basically anybody who has ever owned property or rented property and just existed in property. Which brings me to boon number 3 of architecture, personalization. You know, everybody's home, especially the ones who have built it themselves from the ground up or had it built for them, whatever, had a say in how it's going to look. They are always so very indicative of the person who built them. Do you ever notice that? Do you ever notice that a person's house is like the perfect reflection of who they are and how they exist? It's so cool. It's like looking in a zoo exhibit. It's looking in a human zoo. You're looking at how this person wants you to view or wants to be perceived in their everyday life. It's so cool. It's why Toontown in the Magic Kingdom in Disney World was one of my favorite places to go back when it existed. Because it was just like, you get to go into Minnie and Mickey's houses and see what they look like on their regular days. And let me tell you, the way they looked on regular days, fucking nuts, dude. Fucking nuts. Love it. Now, bane number 3 is kind of along the same vein as personalization, and that is ownership. Architecture, I'm kind of segueing into property here because landlords are a fucking scam. I don't care, alright? There is no ethical way to be a landlord. And I stand by that. I stand by that. Somebody else could buy and own that property, those properties, except these absolute scumfucks are keeping it for themselves to hoard the profits and be able to kick people out at the drop of a hat. No. I will never own a house, and that is so disappointing. And it's because of these motherfuckers cornering the market like this. That's shitty. Let Annabeth build her buildings, and then let people own those buildings. People being not landlords. I don't consider landlords to be people. Period. Point blank. The end. If you're a landlord, I hate you. The end. The fucking end. I don't have more to that thought. It's icky, okay? Icky. And it's usually the fact that rentals are a thing that causes the really pretty buildings that can't be repurposed into something easily sold or rented or leased out that end up getting destroyed. So I blame landlords for that too. What the fuck, you pricks? You pieces of shit? You punk fucks? You poor motherfucking pieces of shit assholes? I have very strong feelings about landlords, and none of them are good. Not a one of them. So, when it comes to architecture, and I am focusing purely on the art form that is architecture, I would say, overall, boon. I was a little on the fence to saying bane because, you know, there's so many negatives that go into property in general, but that's for property. Architecture, the art of creating structures and, like, pasting someone's stamp on, yeah, a skyline, but also just like a little cottage. I think that's lovely. I think that's beautiful. And I think more care should go into the building of constructs like that. It should be more of an art than it is a business. Will it ever be? Don't think so. But hopefully, more people in the world like Annabeth can change that. So, all of you Annabeths out there, please get those gorgeous little thinking New York Yankees caps on and make some beautiful stuff that can't be torn down, or at least won't be torn down for a while. Let's work with what we got, you know? Anyway, thank you all for watching this episode of Booning and Baiting. Once again, I am your hostess, Daisy Maize, or in this case, Annabeth Chase. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you did, and if you do, please, once again, consider hitting that like button, sharing it, subscribing, leaving a comment, preferably nice ones, because if it's not nice, I will just straight up delete it. Fuck you. This is my world, and you're all just living in it. I love the power that comes with just deleting any comments that I find don't agree with me. Mwah! Welcome to capitalism, baby. And also, hit that nifty little notification bell so that you get an alert every time I post more cross-dressing, clowny, plant-based content, which is a little more often than I probably should, you know? You can also follow my other social medias, my TikTok and my Instagram, if you want some fun, stupid videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Again, my name is Daisy Maize, and I'm wishing you some happy days. Mwah!
I've always been a smart girl. I've always made the grade, always got the gold star. I've always been a smart girl, but smart girl, it's a girl's.
Oh wait, I'm putting the hat on so you can't see me. Ready? Ooh, magic. Or heathenism, depending on your perspective.